Beatrice and Eugenie still have homes in royal palaces that their father, disgraced Andrew Mountbatten Windsor, signed deals on the home which are let for far less than their market value. This can't go on, can it?
Deep inside the high-security walls of St James's Palace, a secret rental agreement was signed that the British public was never supposed to see. While ordinary families struggle with record-high costs, two sisters are living in world-class luxury for a price that shouldn't exist. We're talking about secret six-figure payments, peppercorn rents that defy economic logic, and a disgraced father who fought to keep his daughters in the palace even as his own world was collapsing. The public sees the hats and the smiles. The leaked emails see something else entirely. It makes you wonder, are these princesses simply victims of their father's reputation, or are they the silent beneficiaries of a royal side hustle that's finally been exposed?
Times has revealed that Princesses Beatrice and Eugenie have access to properties within the royal palaces under an arrangement agreed with their father, Andrew Mountbatten Windsor. As part of the deal that saw the former prince move out of Royal Lodge, his daughters are still able to use accommodation in the palaces as second homes.
While most Londoners are fighting for survival in a brutal housing market, Princesses Beatrice and Eugenie are living a real-life fairy tale, one funded by a rental deal that borders on the impossible. Think about this. A 4-bedroom apartment in the heart of St James's Palace, one of the most prestigious addresses on the planet, was being occupied for just £1,600 a month. In a neighbourhood where the neighbour's rent starts at £20,000, that's not just a discount, it's a total giveaway. This wasn't a stroke of luck or a clerical error, it was a calculated move. Their father, Andrew Mountbatten Windsor, despite being stripped of his office and his public dignity, fought tooth and nail to keep his daughter's foothold inside the palace walls. He knew that as long as they had the keys, they had the status. But how does a man with no official role and a destroyed reputation still pull the strings from inside a royal lodge? The sisters aren't even working royals. One works for an art gallery, the other for a tech firm. They have private lives, private salaries, and multi-million-dollar mansions in the countryside. Yet they've maintained these elite London boltholes for years. It's the ultimate safety net, protected by a veil of secrecy that the Crown has guarded for decades. But here's where the story takes a turn. While the public was focused on the rent scandal, a series of leaked emails was about to blow the doors off a much darker financial arrangement. It turns out the cheap rent was only the beginning of the favours. Hidden within those messages was a name that made everyone in the palace freeze: Client X.
Girls are collateral damage, they're innocent, they should be allowed to continue. But in my own research suggests that they're deeply involved. We know from the Selman Turk case that money was put into their accounts that they couldn't.
Forget everything you think you know about royal finances, because a series of leaked emails has just exposed a shadow world where official business and family wealth become dangerously blurred. Deep within the servers of a private bank, investigators discovered a figure codenamed Client X, a man who was supposed to be representing the United Kingdom on the world stage, but was allegedly using that power to secure a massive windfall for his own children. We're talking about a secret £300,000 deal negotiated with a controversial billionaire financier right under the nose of the British government. This wasn't just a gift, it was a carefully structured transfer that has sent shockwaves through the halls of Westminster. The plan was as bold as it was hidden: £50,000 for each of the princesses, half of which would be instantly funneled into a private investment firm. For two young women who were already enjoying 17 luxury holidays a year on a modest salary, this extra cash raises a haunting question. Where did it actually come from? The timing is what really makes the palace sweat. These discussions were happening while their father, Andrew, was serving as a trade envoy, a role meant to boost the British economy, not his daughter's bank accounts. In one leaked message, the masked client X actually snapped at his own aide for asking too many questions about his private financial arrangements. He didn't want a paper trail. He didn't want eyes on the money. He wanted the secret to stay in the family. But as lawmakers demand a full-scale inquiry into whether these payments were kickbacks for government favors, the princesses have offered a chillingly simple defense. They claim they have no recollection of the money ever arriving. It's a gamble that could backfire spectacularly, because while they're searching through their old bank records, the public is starting to realize that the most dangerous secrets aren't kept in the palace vaults. They're buried in the files of a man who once called Jeffrey Epstein his closest friend. The foothold that Andrew fought so hard to secure for his daughters is officially crumbling, and the eviction notice isn't just a rumor anymore, it's a reality that has already claimed its first victim. Just weeks ago, King Charles took the unprecedented step of serving a formal notice to surrender the lease on the 30-room Royal Lodge, effectively making Andrew Mountbatten Windsor a man without a home by Easter 2026. This isn't just about a house, it's the total destruction of a family legacy. For Beatrice and Eugenie, this means the £30 million inheritance they were counting on, the family's seat they were meant to call their own for the next 50 years, has vanished into thin air overnight. But the real shocker isn't what they're losing in the future, it's what's being taken away right now. While they've managed to quietly hold on to their apartments in St. James's and Kensington Palace, a massive investigation by the Public Accounts Committee is currently tearing through the books. They're looking for the exact market rate these sisters should have been paying for the last decade, and the numbers are staggering. We're talking about a potential bill for millions in back rent that could be dropped on their doorstep at any moment. The peppercorn deal is dead, and the king's accountants are the ones holding the shovel. Even their public roles are being systematically erased. Just days ago, Eugenie was forced to step down as a patron of a major anti-slavery charity, a move directly linked to the tarnished reputation of the York family following the latest release of the Epstein files. They are in a state of royal limbo, too toxic to appear at events like Easter service or Royal Ascot, yet still living behind the very gates that are supposed to symbolize the crown's integrity. The king has made it clear, you can't have the protection of the palace if you're bringing the scandal inside the walls. As the moving vans prepare to head to Norfolk and the keys to Royal Lodge are handed back to the Crown Estate, the sisters are facing a brutal choice. They can continue to hide behind the private deals their father made, or they can step out of the shadows and face the transparency that Prince William is demanding. But with the king opening up more properties to the public for revenue, those London boltholes might soon be serving as tourist attractions rather than private hideaways. The era of secret palace deals is coming to an end, and for Beatrice and Eugenie, the foothold their father fought for has become a sinking ship. As King Charles moves to transform the monarchy into a transparent, modern operation, the days of peppercorn rents and opaque six-figure transfers are over. Whether they are innocent bystanders or silent beneficiaries, the walls are closing in and the moving vans are waiting. The only question left is, once the gates of the palace finally lock behind them, will they ever be allowed back in? If you want to stay ahead of the next major royal revelation, make sure to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications. We're tracking every update as this story unfolds. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.